Alright, we've gone to the bathroom. We've refilled our coffee. We're ready for round 2.
Round 2.
Round
Fight!
You ready for this?
Yes.
Alright.
More robots.
What? So, we did Pluto's route last time. Right? Oh, she was awesome. And this time, we get to choose between Saturn and Lunaterra.
Wait a moment.
Holding. Waiting a moment.
Wait a moment.
Waiting a moment. Alright, Vivian has gotten up from the recording booth. She is now walking over to her backpack. She's opening the backpack. And she's going inside of the backpack. Why are you... She's putting the backpack on.
Wait, no. I thought this one had buckles.
And...
Wait, it does have buckles. Wait.
I don't know how to describe to you what's happening over there now.
I'm Saturn now.
No one can see this happening.
No one can see this happening. That's true. I have a buckle now. It's crushing me and I can't breathe.
She has a buckle across the top of her tits.
Yeah, it's
And-
really uncomfortable. I'm going to change my mind about this plan.
Why did you think this was a good thing to do on an audio-based show?
I don't know, okay? I love sight gags.
But literally no one can see... Okay, we're playing Lunaterra.
Okay, let's do this.
Ooh. From the Division of Existential Safety, Conflict-Enabled Ship Self-Architect Model, First Flight, July 16th, 1969. Place of manufacture, Sea of Crises. Earth's moon. Our hope for a throne of the soul, for the Memorial Foundation International Space Program and all humanity. Until no one is forgotten and all are remembered.
They have different ship boot up scripture.
Yeah?
Fuck, that's cool.
Registering pilot. Welcome, pilot first class Lunaterra. Error, multiple maintenance issues and critical errors detected. Notice launch permissions are locked until addressed. List errors. Maintenance errors. There's a possible sensor failure. Several limb connections are not registering. No weapons are loaded. Critical errors. Mass Alert 1, healing failure on critical area near core, possible bleed. Mass Alert 2, tidal cords resonating at levels harmful to the pilot. Ready manual firmware update. Running. Upgrades detected. Syncing. You might need to reboot your system after we're done. Accepted manual internal mechanism firmware update. Switched ammunition to conceptual mode. Custom sensors loaded. Dynamic limb optimization loaded. 1981.1.7 underscore weapon underscore loadout drivers loaded. Details Mass Alert 1. I bleed 2. Recording derived from the data burned 4-dimensionally into the wound suffered by this unit almost 1 year ago. Wound self-generated by forced overloading, tearing the core open during sustained conflict in the Mars to Ares regression campaign. All critical systems have naturally healed, yet the wound continues to bleed into space. Fuel efficiency lowered, healing speed reduced, and tidal reactor speed cannot be regulated, leading to possibility of overload and increased pilot strain. It is strongly recommended that you seek the assistance of a full maintenance team. A lack of understanding of the full effects of gravitational conflict on the human gestalt means that this computer cannot provide adequate instruction on therapeutic measures. Permanently disable Mass Alert 1. Really ignore? Why? Provide reason. I can handle it. Automatic scan alerts show that this may not be a very good reason. Would you like to provide another? Nope. Mass Alert 1 disabled. Details Mass Alert 2. Tidal reactor has unauthorized modification that is causing an unsustainable chain reaction. Notice this ship is not equipped to handle prolonged operation at this capacity. Notice increasing short-term output may cause long-term failures. Notice loss of gravitational stability may cause fracturing and instability in pilot. Permanently disable Mass Alert 2. This Mass Alert cannot be disabled by pilot authorization. MF key code.
Why is the password Hunter 2?
Hunter 2. Yeah, that fits. Alert disabled. For record-keeping purposes, please input the reason. I'm fine. Ship Mericresium is in spacefaring condition. You are cleared to launch.
All right.
Disable launcher OS and engage catapult.
We disabled Mass Effect 1 and 2. We're on to Andromeda.
Excellent. Oh, ick. Ick. You're giving me a big case of the Hanleys. All controls given to pilot. There's a message for you. Cancel. Refused. This message will be automatically played.
Oh, I'll be your Opa. Letting you keep this is my gift to you, Lunaterra, your favorite and loosest leash. Prove to me you've learned not to choke on it.
Incoming massage. Standing orders updated.
You're ordered to stand.
Ugh. If it's that urgent, it's too late. If it's not too late, we can wait. Let me enjoy the view of the rings. They're beautiful, even though there's only so long you can watch them before even the sight of the sixth planet's rings becomes as boring as the blue sky. Mary Crisium's... Crisium?
I don't know.
Mari Crisium's sensors render them in every detail, using every sense as perfectly as she always has. You really are getting old, aren't you? Both me and you. I should probably listen to Control and throw you out and get a new one. That doesn't seem right. You're only supposed to get one body. Even if I haven't been very good to you, I can never throw you out. We're all we've got. The Mari Crisium is the test-type model. It was made as a proof of concept. It isn't the first vessel made to grant humans locomotion and life in space, but is the first to allow for outward expression. In all kinds of ways. Bow, chicka, bow, wow. It can do so many things, and they gave it devices for everything because they hadn't estimated how powerful tidal energies would become, or what sorts of things humans would really want to do in space. The first machine meant for conflict. It was also the last machine that was meant for other things, too. A ceremonial tin soldier, made to impress. An impossible-to-use machine, mind-machine, or biofeedback interfacing is necessary to give humans control over a second body, but the Mari Crisium is done completely manually. It makes Lunaterra a sort of genius, and sort of an idiot, that she can't do things any other way. I'm having too much fun. It's hard to believe it's going to be over so soon. No, I love it when old things are over, and new things begin. Open the channel. Let's hear those standing orders.
Hey, it's this again.
Hey, now is this the same?
Yes.
Okay, so, do I want to reread all these again?
I don't know.
Probably not. If I'm gonna do raspy voice.
But yeah, Memorial Foundation wants to go home. They're taking their ball and going home.
Yeah, so Memorial Foundation, they just want humanity to come back.
Yep.
Because there's no future for humanity in space. Cradle's Graces is thankful, for, they're like, hey, thank you guys, but, we want to stay out here. Don't fuck with us, please. So, naturally, those two would be in conflict with each other. And Celestial Mechanics just wants to be as post-human can get.
Yep. All right.
Day one.
Oh, one of those is the same mission but for the other's perspective.
Indeed.
That's interesting. So I wonder if that means that by going through and doing loyal run for each faction that we'll get to see all of the missions from both sides.
I think that's the case. Okay, so
Cool.
Cards on the table here. Before we started round 2 here, we did some quick non-spoilerly Google stuff. It appears the endings are attained depending on your faction loyalty, and they are different for each character. We're not going to play the game 9 times on stream. However, so I think the best way for us to do it is that we're going to keep doing the loyal missions for each character, so that way we get the set of 3 endings, and then we'll do true end. That sound good to y'all?
Sounds good to me.
All right, good. Let's
read some comms.
Let's read some comms.
Oh.
Oh my god, they're all black and white.
Oh.
Pilot first class, don't send me messages. You're welcome.
So, you really have betrayed us, haven't you?
I've never betrayed anyone in my entire life.
But seriously, whose side are you on right now? It sounds so accusatory to put it like that. You know I'm fine with you being on whoever's side you choose. So I can destroy them and drive you back to me.
That may end up being a lot of people.
What, you don't think I'm up for it? Don't worry yourself about that part, kitten.
If you want me to defect back, you could always just ask.
Oh, sweet girl, I'm not interested in you coming back so you can walk away again. How many times did Halamede fall for that?
It shouldn't count as tricking her if she knew it was coming every time.
Oh, stop it. I hate it when you're modest. It's so beneath you. Give her at least the dignity of a subtle seduction.
I would have. That's not what she wanted.
She really ought to think about her reputation more. And what more is there to say about the trail of messes you leave? But my disappointment in you both is total. My adorable failures, what am I to do with you?
You should go easy on her.
I live to spoil her. Make no mistake that everything she deserves will be visited on you. I wouldn't dream of not letting you have that. You have to know by now how aware I am of what you want and deserve.
You're so good to me, Europa. I don't deserve it. When I double-cross you again, be sure to really let me have it.
I hope you do, but I take no chances with loyalty. Halamede merely hopes you will change. I think it's charming that even you believe that might have some effect on you, but I know much better than you, kitten. I won't let you return, no matter how much you beg, until you have no other choice. When you can't pivot or run or trick your way through, when you can't second-guess or lie. That's the only way to change that nature of yours. Wow, Europa sounds like a dick.
Yeah, Europa sounds like an abusive ex.
Yeah, fuck. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, there's mail.
Mail time. Subject, just come and get me. Origin, combat communications packet. Author, error. Oh, so you think you're so cool, don't you? Well, watch your back, because I'm coming for you. Think that number 1 position is going to last? Not a chance. In fact, why don't we have a little duel about it if you're not too scared? Come meet me in the shadow of Olympia Mons, and I'll make sure that this time you're the one left splattered and helpless and pinned on the side of the mountain, and not me, like the last 9 times. Also, would it kill you to, stick around for a bit after, you smug jerk? Not that I'm planning on losing. This time I'm going to beat you. Baka. I really appreciate that we both understood that that the Baka had to be there. Cold War Ace reports, Lunaterra. Origin, first generation pilot, research declassification. Author, Memorial Foundation, existential safety. She was unremarkable. I did not remember her at first. We took any of those who wanted badly to live in space and did not fit on Earth. In retrospect, we were asking for a rather unique quality, and it is not just a coincidence that she was there. The pilots had to be young adults, pacifiscal, and not care what space might do to their body. It's not so surprising that someone like her would emerge from that pool of people, but the woman you know today has been iterated on since she was an adolescent. Be assured I saw nothing of promise in her when I first met her. I told her that myself, as I told all the students. I am uninterested in your potential. We are judged by the self we create. I find that encourages brats not to take their specialness too seriously. That was not Lunaterra's problem. Piece by piece, she created someone very interesting to be. We gave those children permission, and Lunaterra was simply unique in her execution. She was never encouraged. She was never punished. We will never find another prodigy like Lunaterra by looking for tidily sensitive children, because they do not exist. We will not find them pre-made. They must create themselves. Was this not the dream of the Memorial Foundation space program? Subject, a justification for return. Origin, Memorial Foundation Declaration of Intent. Author, Generation Emissary, Halamede. Earth is not the sphere of our home planet. It is not the physical body which is called Terra, the home of life. It's not measured in mass or by its gravity, its position in the universe. Earth is us. We measure Earth by culture. We are the Earth. Humanity, the particles of its mass, and by our gravity its body is formed. By our diversity and multiplicity, Earth exists. The living miracle of humanity's shared power, insignificant unless we are joined. This international space program, which representatives all across Earth represents our commitment to peace, that humanity will never seek again to destroy itself. That humanity has the right to eternal life, invincible bodies, and unrestricted movement in space, as humanity expands beyond the sphere as extensions of the universal rights of human life, culture, and freedom. To protect the growth and sanctity of all culture, to ensure a future for humanity and the defeat of our enemy. On this day, we inaugurate the International Memorial Foundation Space Program. I had to try so hard not to lapse into the Team Rocket motto. I just want you to appreciate that I tried really hard.
You did good.
Thank you. Okay.
Well, we've got the choice between seeing a mission that we ran into before from the other side, or We can have Luna T go play with Saturn.
Let's start with something familiar.
Okay.
Retrograde and retrograde.
All right.
Lanch. What's going on? You've been pestering me with orders, so what's the sudden holdup? Central said to launch immediately. We have to get to the Celestial Mechanics Lab regardless of whether or not the prototype is already gone. There's valuable information there, but it's worthless if Kratos Graces gets there first.
Have some patience, Lunaterra. The Kratos Graces carrier just launched a completely unknown ship self. This can't be right. A person can't pilot a ship that big. The tidal resonance should tear the pilot apart. Is this impossible? I hope. I've never seen anything like it. And no, you can't fight it, Lunaterra, so don't even think about it. Fuck you, I'll fight whatever I want.
Any better ideas? Must be headed for where the prototype launched, right? Where else?
Because they have to know that it already escaped. Don't underestimate your opponent, Lunaterra.
Scavenging the lab may be useful anyway. We should have gone there for information, if nothing else.
Even against an unknown and objectively stronger enemy, what makes you so sure, Lunaterra?
No particular reason.
Or a single particular reason?
Still don't trust me?
Don't insult your former instructor, Lunaterra. I knew how much to trust you before you betrayed us to Kratos Graces. My opinion hasn't changed because we welcomed you back into the fold. My best pilot and worst student, you've never been predictable except in your consistency for trouble. But it's a reliable metric.
You're right, you know me. So if you're worried, don't have to let me free rein like this.
Since you were a kid, from your earliest academy days, you've never been able to look in my eyes and lie. You only got away with anything by keeping your mouth shut. Very unlike Pluto, the hope of Kratos Graces. She could lie right to my face with a smile if she thought it was for the best. Pluto exceeded the wildest expectations of the pilot program, so much that it was decommissioned, in part because of her. So that whole thing that Mars and Pluto were talking about in the previous thing.
Yep.
Yup. It was right. They decommissioned the program because of her.
Wow.
If Celestial Mechanics have successfully built a monster that can withstand her, this engagement will end in disaster. And that is much more terrifying than this machine you're so eager to fight. That concerns me far more than you betraying us or fighting a battle you can't possibly win.
I don't think any of you really understood what you were doing. Pluto is unreal. She's far more overwhelming than any of you understood. If that ship is unworthy of Pluto, it's going to be torn apart under the pressure of her, not the other way around. Pluto is the only real human being. No wonder she feels so alien when she looks at us.
You want me to let you take an impossibly dangerous mission because you think you can save our enemy? What can I say to that? Maybe she can teach you the lesson I can't. Ugh. Europa is a dick, but also hot. This bothers me.
You find Europa hot? Really? Doesn't really do it for me.
It's the hairstyle.
Okay. No, I can respect that.
It's the hairstyle and the weird collar thingy on the outfit.
Alright, sure.
Like waking up underwater to the wet burn of your lungs' desperation for air. Like floating untethered in space, unable to move under your own power. Losing the security of gravity is like being naked in space, like repeating the same thing from the previous time. Shall we read through it?
So much of it is going to be repeat. Yeah, because I think now that I'm thinking about it, if so much of it is going to be repeated, we probably should repeat it. Otherwise, it's just going to be us clicking through really fast.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for just like the one particular route, then that's not going to be particularly enjoyable. So,
all right.
Yeah, we will reread. Although, forgive me if I'm a little bit more faster than I was last time.
And a little bit more hoarse.
Oh yeah, we are now going on hour 4 of this single session, and I still have to do gritty voice.
Gravity is necessary for human life in space. Gravity is necessary for unrestricted movement in space. Can't have one without the other. The force that binds your existence together, the force to shape foreign bodies, pure agency. Gravity is necessary not just to live in space, but to be human in space. But being human is a little harder for Pluto, so she has to work for it. The tidal forces of her spacefaring body, the Krun macula, are as strong as she believes, and and as weak as she feels. And Luna Terra needs to make sure all the calculations are in order. Everything in her ship operates manually. She's just been at it long enough that it feels like a second skin. The jolt of nostalgia interrupts Luna Terra's mental math. She forgets to carry the one. It interrupts Pluto's focus, and she has a moment where she's not invincible. Close enough to touch the surface of the moon lab, Luna Terra is seen and known by Pluto, and they are suddenly falling down the well of too late and nothing you can do.
I knew it. Warning, gravitational interference.
It's important to get a grip. Knowing that there's nothing you can do is something Pluto considers freeing, and Luna Terra considers exciting. Feeling doomed is clear permission to do whatever. As soon as Mari Crisium is through the cloud cover, she fires solid light into the remains of the Celestial Mechanics lab and chases it through the wounds. The lab was recently damaged by the illegal launch of a hijacked ship, but that damage is barely noticeable compared to the massive hole left by a much, much larger ship crashing through. Luna Terra acts fast under pressure. If there's no point in hiding, there's no point in stopping. It's true, Luna Terra is living on the whim of Chronmacula, which can probably do whatever to her at any time. If she can't run away, she wants to make the first move. It's the sort of thing that makes a lot of sense if you think about it, and no sense at all if you think a little more. But that's Luna Terra, isn't it? She's betting you'll think too much, or not enough. Against Pluto, is that really such a good idea? She's someone who always thinks just enough. Have you heard? Have you heard?
Are we going to be the Greek chorus from Athena now?
Yes, we are.
Oh, hey, it's got spaceships in, so hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, legit. I take it.
Which makes it easy for Luna Terra to slip through deep into the lab until it gets quiet, except for the sounds of the moon quaking and trembling. After almost a year, the dread and the thrill is way too much to slow down and start talking. That's what the arrow flying into Pluto's gravity well is saying. Who will make the first move? When Luna Terra punctures the last armor layer and opens up the terminal cavern, light spills out and screaming sound because the Chronmacula is peeling the lab and most of the moon inside out with the forces of its own tides. It's not something that's impossible or anything, it's just something that's only possible in theory, which is still terrifying, more terrifying. And more terrifying than that power is Pluto's finesse. And more terrifying than the finesse is her gentleness, spooling matter like threads in the tiny galaxy of which she is the sun.
Okay, that phrase bothers me because there are multiple suns in a single galaxy.
Not this
like
one.
Billions of suns.
Not this one.
So are they saying that she's unremarkable?
No. She's so remarkable that this galaxy has got only one sun in it.
Oh my god. Alright, fine. I concede.
Her power is very kind, but it's also a little perverse. What meaning does mercy have from something that can core out a moon? Chronmacula's developers compared it to a black hole. They wanted a machine so powerful and absolute, even light couldn't escape it. Luna Terra understands now that was wrong. She's a star, gushing and twinkling with matter and light. Who wouldn't be swept up in that? The Mare Crisium is so small. Pluto has never seen it from a perspective like Chronmacula's before. She never imagined it would look so fragile from here, like a toy version of the fierce fighter she remembered. Pluto's sense of scale is true. Luna Terra feels just like a plastic toy too. Come on, say something. It's making me sad.
It really does fit you. So much more than I ever thought.
Is it hard to look away? Being able to render you speechless is the power I've always dreamed of. What do you think? I know just a look won't change your mind, but I want you to tell me.
Tell you what? That I regret betraying you? I told you then that I always would.
No, I won't let you do that, Luna T. Did you think I'd be mad? I mean, of course I'm mad at you, but not for anything you did to me.
Ugh.
I wouldn't ever be mad at you for not having enough faith in me to see through Cradle's Grace's dream of a new home for humans in space. I'm just mad at you for not having enough faith in yourself to see it through, and leaving all the work to me. Oops, I guess that is why I'm a little upset with you. Not mad, you know.
Just disappointed.
I can't believe I'm still the one scolding you like a kid.
I'm trying to be the grown-up, you know. I did the responsible thing. I took the realistic option. I'm here to play the part of the boring adult, the grown-up villain.
Oh, that's right. I remembered why I actually am mad at you. You better not go down quietly. You better really believe what you just said. I'll forgive you if you left us for something stupid, but I'll never forgive you if you left us for something you don't believe in. And you better not believe in it, because I also won't forgive you for fighting for a future that cruel.
That doesn't leave me a lot of options. I don't think I can fight against that.
Don't you dare. I won't forgive that either. Were you hoping maybe that it wouldn't be like this? That I wouldn't have to fight?
Don't want to fight no more?
I don't want to fight no more.
It'll change you. In ways you don't understand.
Why are we still here? Just to fight?
Wait, what is that from?
That's a Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, right. My bad.
I've seen you fight so many times. I saw when you got that scar, and your poor ship got her wound. Has anyone else seen that side of you as much as me?
I don't think so. Not even Europa. But it's different when you're on the other side.
You think I don't really know you because I've never stared down the barrel of your rifle or felt that knife nick my ship?
It's a different kind of knowing.
Teach me then, or I'll teach you.
All right.
Time for Pluto to learn a lesson.
So, a thought occurred to me.
Yeah?
We could spice this up a bit. So we could get it so on Lunaterra's route that instead of Memorial Foundation winning, Celestial Mechanics wins. And then on Saturn's route, Memorial Foundation wins. That way we get some of the Betray dialogue as well.
But I think the Betray dialogue is the previous route.
Oh no, I know it is. I'm not saying this.
Okay.
I'm just saying that we could do that.
I don't know. I kind of just want to
Just do
see
loyal?
the scenes that we haven't seen here.
Well, no, we're gonna pick this one either way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we could aim for. Nah, let's just do straight up. Because if we do loyal, then we see every scene every way, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Oh yeah. All right. Fine. Never mind. That makes more sense.
What's it gonna be, Lunati? Oh, right. You never want to make the first move. Then I can go. Pluto sweeps up the swirling, tumbling matter in the hollowed-out moon. Making the second move has always worked for Lunaterra. She's never been good at setting the pace, only outsmarting it. So it's the only move to make. Even still, maybe there aren't any winning moves. Lunaterra has to be ready for that possibility. The Krun Macula is a very impossible sort of machine, almost as impossible as Pluto. Krun Macula can grind space-time to a crawl with its tidal forces. Krun Macula can pull ambient matter into a whirl with enough friction for the combustion to give birth to a star. Emotionally, and almost as much physically. A tiny sun is born, but Lunaterra has just gotten out of the way. Lunaterra isn't where Pluto is expecting, and then there's suddenly a hail of bullets in her skull.
I like the way that the cutscenes are directed differently. Like I'm really enjoying that difference in each of the routes so far.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It really is.
Pluto doesn't mind the onslaught, but it's still shocking, but not in an unpleasant way. It's actually very joyful.
Also, I'm noticing now that we're not playing Pluto ourselves that she is quite menacing in her niceness.
Really? Really? You're not just trying to scare me? For real, not a joke. We're finally going to have a fight about it? Is this body so me that you finally aren't going to be weird about fighting it? Lunaterra thinks Pluto could use the lesson in how terrifying actual combat can be. But is there anyone terrifying enough to teach it to her? Are you trying to hide from me? I've been waiting for a real fight. I'm tired of you telling me you think I'm right. If you really thought that, you'd be here, on my side. So prove I'm wrong already, or admit defeat. Bullets through her arm and chest, and pretty much everywhere, but that is not a problem. Tear the bullets, even if they're light, redirect them with gravity, pull them into a cosmic whirl. They will never even reach her. They will be always approaching, never meeting. They will be an infinite whirl. And that whirl will become a star, washing the Mare Crisium in heat and light and radiation. Ah, that's more like it.
Not fast enough, Pluto.
And then she runs Pluto through. It's not enough, but it hurts. It's serious. The brittle spear is of a cold and rational metal that repels cosmic concepts. Thank God. I was beginning to worry you didn't care about anything anymore. So here. The star supernovas. Krun Macula holds the star, and Krun Macula is the star. Lunaterra almost doesn't get out of it. Her engines overheat, the electromagnetic current shorts her sensors, and her chassis is fried. But she can move more than Pluto can, at least for long enough to get away.
But I'm still ahead of you.
Now I know why everyone hates you so much. You're no fun to fight with at all.
You kidding? Like you fight fair.
Now that I know what you're really like, I'm not going...
Sorry. To accept anything less.
Okay, I didn't get that far ahead.
I'm sorry. Itchy trigger finger. I don't want to do that again.
Well, too bad. Whose fault is that?
Yeah. I know.
Nice. I also like that from seeing the other side of this, we get to see that Krun Macula is a fucking terrifying robot.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to supernova at will. Fuck.
Yeah, it's fucked up, right?
Like, from Krun Macula's perspective in that route, we were not going all out.
No.
That time.
Not at all. Oh my god. Alright, so... You're very bouncy.
I like robots so much.
Comms.
Excited to be out in the field again, doing important work?
We're a long way from anything important out here, but I can't help but notice.
You think Command wants you as far away from them as they can get you? What makes you think that?
That you said it, that Command is my ex, and that I did once double-cross Memorial Foundation.
In that case, you should be happy you're in the field at all, and not in a brig, or in the process of being shipped back to Earth.
Well, I am. I'm so thankful I don't need to be lied to about my work being important.
Oh, I would never lie about a thing like that. In fact, the most lovely sixth planet of our solar system, Cronus, has become extremely busy in the past 24 hours. A major leak out of celestial mechanics has revealed they're finishing a prototype here, and Cradle's Graces knows about it too. Apparently, the Hellion responsible for the leak has stolen it too. Hell yeah! I fucking love that. Saturn leaks that they're gonna steal it and fucking steals it. Because, fuck. You're just the woman for the job. Reining in incorrigible pilots is your specialty. Let's see if that power can be used for good for once.
Europa, please leave some of me left to fight the enemy. Don't shoot me down before the mission starts.
Was I too mean?
I prefer direct combat any day.
Well, let me tell you something nice then. That Cradle's Grace's superweapon, your favorite, has been spotted in the system.
My favorite? What do you mean?
Don't play dumb. You make that same face whenever Krun Macula is spotted.
It's the biggest mystery of their side, and one of the only reasons Cradle's Graces hasn't collapsed by now. The Krun Macula's power is unreal. It's far stronger in reality than anything that could have possibly been projected from its original schematics. Its capabilities seem endless and impossible to predict or counter.
And no one knows who the pilot is.
Wait, what?
Looks directly in eye.
Look, face turns towards camera.
The list of people who could pilot something like that is very short, however. Maybe it's someone you know?
Worried I might double-cross you again? I'm not with Cradle's Graces anymore for a reason.
Oh, I just never trust you when girls are involved.
Man, everyone's super gay. Let's check our mail. First generation pilot candidate interviews. Origin leaked data packets. Author space program and intake archives. Why do you want to go to space? One new start. In what sense? To get rid of this weight. You're required to make it clear that the purpose of the program is not to leave Earth, but to expand it. The weight will follow you. But will it weigh differently? Please explain what you mean about what you said previously. About what? What do you mean when you say you don't want to be me? I don't know how else to say it. Isn't it obvious? Who would want to be this? I don't understand what you see is wrong with you. I do. You are saying that you, as you are, the person you are, who you are, doesn't want to be you. Yes. Then you aren't that person. But that person weighs on me. So you would like to have the weight of being this other person that you are not. You would like that removed? Yes, please. That may be possible.
Lunaterra is trans, question mark?
I picked up some subtext there. I'm picking up a little bit. Pilot program progress. Origin Memorial Foundation Executive Committee Annual Report. Authored Training Director Europa. The Cold War is looking bleak. The threat from space is more flimsy, translucent, and inscrutable, when once it was so strong that all of humanity feared it. Existential threats on Earth are more pernicious than ever, and the scouts are not keeping up.
The devil was one such existential threat from We Know the Devil?
Huh.
Yeah?
Continuity.
No?
That's weird.
Change my mind.
I did not expect them to even bother bringing it up again.
And they fucking did, because this is a great game.
This is a very great game. It has become more difficult to argue against the possibility that the scouting program has done more harm than good, and that goes just as much, if not more so, for the pilot program. Historically, death has always invited the enemy here in its greatest strength. Humans can't resist killing each other long enough to protect themselves from the existential threat. It is easy to make this argument, but we've had little success with it. No matter how celebrated the slogan is, no matter how many governments and leaders profess to live by it, the simple fact remains: the existential threat can never be as powerful as we are. Humans will always pose a greater threat to other humans than the existential threats will. It will always be easier for humanity to eliminate the threat by killing their own than by fighting the threat directly. While we have offered children the unwanted to fight the existential threat with existential intent, humanity has turned its gaze inward rather than to the heavens. Not even strong enough to pierce the atmosphere without burning, the existential threat can no longer be labeled as such. For these reasons, we accept the decision to decommission the Memorial Foundation space program. Something pierce the heavens something. Listen. Joyride Killjoy. Weaving in and out of the sixth planet's rings, Memorial Foundation's ace, Lunaterra, plays cat and mouse with the renegade ship thief Saturn. These sound like quick summaries of an anime episode.
They do. They absolutely do.
I wonder if that's intentional.
Do you want me to be Saturn this time if you're Lunaterra?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Objective in sight. Opening channel to base.
Captain, I'm bored.
Captain, this sucks. Well, you heard them, Europa.
Tell those idiots to be careful what they wish for, because the mission parameters have changed. As you know, Celestial Mechanics has been operating a clandestine ship self-development lab with an experimental prototype, in violation of the terms of the Memorial Foundation Space Program Decommission Treaty.
And we are on a top-secret surprise attack to take out the last operational shipyard and make sure we never have to find out what Celestial Mechanics has been planning to do with it. Sounds about right. It couldn't be more obvious what happened, but go ahead and brief me anyway.
No points for guessing. The prototype has already launched, rendering most of the base inoperable. We lost contact almost instantly. Find it before it leaves Cronus' gravitational field.
Oh, great.
What a pain.
Weren't you just bored?
There's no way to find it.
It's as good as gone.
There is a chance that the ship self is still nearby, so get to work.
Ugh.
Yeah, this is...
Bravo. Evade now. Now.
I've got nothing, Bubblegum pink electricity sparks off the ice and dust of the inner ring like a lightning bolt, and through his ship self. He doesn't get even the slightest chance. Captain Mayday.
Don't listen and you don't have any right to complain, right, Europa?
What a callous attitude you have. Who did you learn that from?
The best. Preparing to engage. Will you marry me?
Yes, I will.
Did it really catch you that off guard?
Yes, it did.
Wasn't even that funny.
It was fucking hilarious.
Oh. I wish Europa would stop sending me boys who can't control themselves. Having fun dismantling my escorts?
With the string of pearls fingers, Saturn carefully peels the mechanical musculature out of the poor ship's arm she's holding, a souvenir of the last of Lunaterra's escorts that she sent crying too easily back to their base. It's still sparking and oozing, and Saturn wishes her ship had a mouth so she could suck it out like crab meat, which would be fucking metal and cool, and also Evangelion.
Yeah.
Maybe it does have a mouth. The machine has many mysteries the manual doesn't explain, and Saturn is still learning them.
Though I suppose Europa's learned her lesson about sending me girls who can't control themselves.
Oh, really? Hey, that's really interesting. Mind telling me more?
Oh, she's a hacker too? How amusing. There's nothing too interesting on this comm frequency.
Aw, you flatter me. But hey, what did that mean exactly? The part about girls who can't control themselves? I really want to hear more.
It means back up that talk first. Or can you land a hit off the comms?
Lunaterra's gravitational field focuses to a single point.
Ooh.
Lunaterra isn't budging. She's been through much worse, and so has her ship, followed always by a thin trail from a bleeding wound she never could completely repair. The Mare Crisium is over 2 decades old, but Saturn can't even land a hit. It's regal and stiff, dressed in cold metallics, weathered and refurbished. The archetypal prototype for all other ship selves, still going after all these years. Still crazy after all these years? Still furiously untouchable, the String of Pearls hasn't gone down no matter how much she's been rammed with that spear, but she hasn't even nicked Lunaterra's ship once.
Not bad at all for a joyride. But you can't get one hit in?
Good thing you don't win by looking cool. No mercy for newbies?
No.
Lunaterra puts a stake of solid light through the String of Pearls' leg and pins it to its own gauze wrapper. It doesn't hurt at all. The ship's metals begin molding and reforming around the wound immediately. A ridiculous, unfair advantage. Saturn has no right to complain, but she still wants to. But she is trying to be cool. Everyone wants to, when in the quiet gleam of that always bleeding ship.
It's a pretty amazing ship. Think it'll last? Either you're fighting just for fun or because you're that reckless. Or you're caught in your own containment wrapper and can't escape orbit yet. And you'd beat me for sure if I played around.
I'm not done yet. That's not true. It's actually very difficult to move with a solid light bullet in your leg. But she's not going to let that stop her. Saturn is suddenly closer than she logically could be, claws bubbling, but Lunaterra effortlessly slips away and kicks Saturn's ship directly in the chest.
Yeah, you're done. The containment wrapper is still stuck to you, so your movement's off. Doesn't seem to have stopped you that much.
Right? It was so rude of them to try to stop me.
It seems cruel to take it away when you're having so much fun with it.
Same as you, right?
Do I know you?
Everyone knows Memorial Foundation's perfect ace.
But do I know you?
Hmm.
So I do, don't I?
Let me out of this thing and I'll tell you.
Why should I?
Because you can't help yourself. Besides, don't you want a real fight?
Can you promise it'll go different?
I can promise it'll be more fun.
You are asking for me to totally abandon my duty and bring you back to do that instead?
What? You won't? The legendary pilot who defected from the Memorial Foundation, then double-crossed the rebels she abandoned them for, can't be opposed to a little fooling around with the enemy.
I guess you do know me. Want to trust each other?
Or is it more fun if we don't?
It's more fun if they do, and Saturn gets embarrassed. Never forgotten. Every story told. How was that? Did it hurt?
It's just weird. It's weirder that it doesn't hurt. It's easier for Lunaterra to cut through the malleable flesh of the String of Pearls directly than to untangle her from the wrapper. The flesh reforms quickly, so she has to work patiently. String of Pearls might be impossible to destroy. Even if Saturn can't land a hit, Lunaterra feels like somehow she's the one who got lucky.
If just this hurt, you'd never be able to fight. Your brain is giving you more nuanced information. You're very sensitive. Lucky. You'll get used to it. If you're serious about next time, think of yourself as something a little bigger.
I like that. Being big. I'm glad I trusted you.
Stop shaking then, or ask me to go easier.
Just a little easier.
Of course.
Do you remember me yet? I thought you'd remember the name of at least some of the girls you've made out with in supply closets. Your face. Just kidding. But sorry, it was worth it.
You weren't kidding about still being dangerous.
Every pilot knows you. By both of your reputations.
You're definitely Saturn, because no one hated me as much as you. So now I'm curious why you don't anymore.
If I tell you, you'll owe me extra. So, save it for the next time you catch me.
Well, I'll just have to catch you again quick. All free. Now get out before someone catches us. Ever since the day Mars began, Mars has been doomed. No, there will never be a planet Mars. That's a name reserved for places where human life, gravity, and culture reign. This is just bitter Ares. But like the stringy and edible weeds that grow when nothing else does, Kratos Graces is dug in and we can't get them out. The colonies are wrecked, the terraforming engines are broken, the gravity furnaces are out of control. There's no resources left on this planet, no strategic value. This planet doesn't even exist, it's an inert rock. There's no point in fighting. There's no need to fight. Ship selves can't keep you alive alone forever. And even if that was the case, we could leave tomorrow and claim victory, which the Memorial Foundation and SES fleet already did. That's why there's barely any of us left and why we can't get them out. What, why don't I go home too? And leave all those idiots to just fucking die in a rock? What do you think we're doing this for? External communications sent on August 31, 1978 by Memorial Foundation troops. Hey, it's not like we're idiots. We know we're doomed. This planet still doesn't fulfill the requirements for human life. And life is just the start anyway. Don't you know that gravity is something more important? You do understand celestial mechanics, right? Matter is made of tiny particles, but enough of it exerts gravity that stitches the universe together. Culture is made of tiny humans, and enough of it together can decide what's real and what isn't. It's really quite fucked up that this is how decisions about humans get made. Enough humans can decide anything, and then it'll be true. Even about what's human and what's not. They don't even have to wait for the deadline. They've already decided that any human without their feet planted to the earth is not in fact a human. That's a pretty unusual thing for a pretty usual thing for humans to do. No differences of any kind need to exist. We'll just be aliens, and then they'll send the real military after us, and we'll die. But if we just hold the line here, for our princess to get through and make it to the moon, she'll open up the gravity well, and then we get to decide. Internal communications sent on January 25th, 1981 by Kratos Graces Irregulars. It's morning on Ares. But what's time and space? If we can get our capital ship launched and refueled and the prototype retrofitted with the final equipment, we'll have everything in place. Keep out of the canyons of Mars where Kratos Graces and Memorial Foundation are bickering. Hold the city ruins against invading troops and make sure no one else tries to set the oxygen ocean on fire while we refuel. It's a pretty thankless job. But me? I can't wait to see what happens. It's the most exciting space has ever been. Before we got here, this was a dead rock, but the best we could have ever hoped for was Earth in a different place. Who needs that? Far in the distance, the moon's gravity well shines. If no one controls it before the deadline is up, Earth will take drastic steps to ensure that humanity is not divided. What they're afraid of happening, we will ensure that it happens. We finally have something alien in space. Private communication sent on January 26, 1981 by a celestial mechanics researcher. So, I just want you to follow me on. Oh wait, hold on. We got this. Receiving report. Alert, report not accepted. 2 errors detected. Error 1, a failure to explain why celestial mechanics ship self string of pearls was not successfully apprehended. Error 2, a failure to explain why Kratos Gracious ship self Krun macula was not successfully incapacitated. Please correct errors before proceeding. Resubmit. Warning, no corrections submitted. Force resubmit. Generating new assignments. Penalty assignment. Sniper duty, planet Ares, currently held by Kratos Graces. Purpose, preventing celestial mechanics refueling and egress. Penalty assignment. Sniper duty, Kratos Graces, held planet Ares. Purpose, top secret. Take out Kratos Graces prototype Krun macula on research assignment in Kratos Graces territory. Penalty assignments cannot be refused. Indicate you have understood new orders. Why? Ready for gravitational catapult. Prepare launch to inner solar system. So, I just want you to follow me on this one. We are from Earth.
But we're righting the outlaw wrongs on Mars. Yeah, I was waiting for that too. I was waiting for this to come up. Oh. Enjoying your missions? More thrilling work than fighting the half-hearted troops left on Ares?
Much, much more. I forgot what it was like to work this hard.
Don't work that hard. Not
I'm
for
rusty.
love. Are you unhappy with your progress?
I don't know.
Are you unhappy?
I don't know.
It's always been very hard to tell with you, though I'm not sure if I can answer that question better than you. I've known you since you were freshly assigned to the first pilot wave. You were so delicate. And you've only become more delicate even as you've become stronger.
I didn't think you'd describe me back then as delicate.
I saw it very clearly, though the other executives thought you were a scrappy pain in the butt. You were just scared.
There's no point. There's no point in pretending otherwise. You just see through it. I guess I haven't changed as much as I thought.
Long ago, I saw a strong and delicate girl. I have worked hard to make you more and more of that. Rather than simply cultivating your strengths, understanding your weaknesses is needed to grow. Let me ask you again, and this time focus. Count backwards from 20. Remember a moment of comfort. I'll wait. Are you happy or unhappy?
I don't know. Because I feel like I'm on the cusp of something. It's frightening, yet it could be something amazing.
That's a real feeling. Good girl. Are you blushing?
Anyone would. I feel even more embarrassed than I did back then.
Ah, that's an even better feeling to have. Hold on to that one.
I don't really like Europa much at all.
Yeah, no.
No, kind of a dick.
Yep.
Subject,
But
Halamid.
has good hair.
I don't even agree with you there. Subject, Halamid 1. Origin leaked data packet. Author second generation pilot candidate interviews. H. Why me? Well, because you're special. A special kind of child. All children are special. That's true, they are. I'm not more special than those children. You think you might be. Special how? You're the top of your class already at such a young age. We think that you might be able to do things that other children can't. My sister's better than me at all those things, and my Aunt Europa when she was my age. We think you might be special in a different sort of way. Can you look at the box in front of you? Okay? Pass your hand over the box. Okay. Nothing happened. We're using an instrument to measure something that is very, very small, but moving it even so little that you cannot see it would be very important. How do I do that? You should not think about it. Just do it. I can't. I know you can. I can't. Your aunt and your sister could easily do as much, so you can do as much too. Oh, it moved. Did you get that? Yes, I saw it move. Literally saw it. Contact the director immediately. Subject, Unified Culture Theory. Origin, pre-installed reference material. Author, Memorial Foundation Introductory Literature. Unified Culture Theory is a brute forcing of defined solutions for the universe through the forcible elimination of all other possibilities. The theory is attractive to those who desire a beautiful, simple, endlessly complex solution for the universe. In order to develop this theory, there needs to be a solution for the Nix aversion paradox, which demands that anything not human exists in the Averse. The most compelling current premise for a unified culture theory under contemporary physical models involves a full integration of all available concepts, directed and established in such ways as to maximize benefit for humanity. This theory of everything speaks to the desire to know, understand, and master the universe while also incorporating a premise of universal love. Happiness for everybody, free, and let no one be left behind. Unlike tyrants of old that crushed alternate futures under their heels and only caused the existential enemy to blossom, such a unified theory would welcome and forgive all humanity and direct to benefit all things that are and all that might yet be. Weird. Alright. Rift in the Earth, after her maiden voyage, that's the Chronmacula again.
Yep.
Or 400mm Kiss. Memorial Foundation deploys a certain sniper to stop escape and resupply routes to the resting celestial mechanics fleet. All Saturn needs to do is stay out of trouble. But what's the chance of that? Find out next time.
All right.
Guard duty in Olympus City.
Command is worried the Celestial Mechanics unit might try to escape while the fleet is launching, using the cityscape as cover.
They've just given up on catching them on Ares if their only hope is them being that stupid. It's a ruined husk, and even Kratos Graces isn't clinging to it. It's like they cling to even the faintest sign of life on Mars. Excuse me, Ares. Well, it's boring, pointless work that no one wants to do, and it's gotta make me wonder if someone's actually mad at me.
You let the prototype escape Lunaterra, and the most generous assumption is incompetence, which, from you, they have a hard time buying.
It's not fair. I'm plenty incompetent. They should know that by now.
You are only incompetent in the ways you wish to be.
That's an awfully profound way to call me lazy.
If you were simply lazy, you wouldn't go out of your way to find so much trouble to get in. And that's the reason why this assignment is so disastrous as a punishment. Okay, I hear you, but this confuses me. Shirt.
Okay,
This thing? Downwards belt?
Okay,
what does it connect
that's
to?
a belt, necktie? Oh, wait, maybe it's a harness.
Yeah, it is some sort of harness, but what's it connect to? I need to know what the rest of Europa's outfit is.
I don't... Why is there an inverted triangle painting on the wall?
Why not? Why isn't there an inverted triangle painting on our wall?
Because... I don't know. We can do this if you want.
I learned that very early on in your career. There's no way to make you sit still.
Oh? Maybe I'll try it this time. There's this good sniper spot with a view of the whole city. I won't move from there.
Why does it sound less like you are promising to behave, and more like you're going to brag about how much trouble you can get in without even moving?
Either way, they're sure to put me back on the front, right?
Ha ha ha.
Saturn gets no-scoped by Lunaterra.
360 no
Let's go.
scope. The balance shifts because Lunaterra could hold still, and Saturn couldn't. Correct for gravity, it's unsettlingly weak. Correct for the cold blue starry daylight of the fragile Ares atmosphere. Sniping from the remains of the Capitol spire is like being just an eye and a trigger finger, a thrilling place for Lunaterra to fight. Correct for wind, it's skittish and powerless. Correct for gravity, there's still too much of it. Correct for the nuisances of this infant planet that will never be. Skirting along the abandoned roads of the city that never was is like being an exposed nerve, a thrilling place for Saturn to fight.
I see you.
Lunaterra squeezes the trigger for the 17th time. The cover couldn't protect String of Pearls from Lunaterra's eyes, and it sure can't protect her from her trigger finger. Engage reactor. Initiate inertial control. The slug whips right by Saturn, and that's 7 times dodged. The 4 shrinking holes in her chassis, marching closer to the String of Pearls' heart, mark what happens when she doesn't. Getting shot still sucks. Saturn isn't used to it. Ha 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 ha! That one was so close. That was really, really, really close. Tell me I'm getting better, right? No way it's just luck.
You've gone from getting hit all the time to getting hit half of the time. That's better, but what you want is to be hit none of the time.
Don't tell me what I want. Maybe I love being shot.
I'd hit that. You wouldn't be the first.
Wow, weird. You must fight some really problematic people.
Lucky! Some pilots find interesting ways to pass the time.
I kinda get the appeal. What else is there to do? If you didn't love getting shot so much, you wouldn't run around space shooting each other.
If that's true, why'd you come here to fight?
If that's true, why did you come here? There's nothing left to fight over on Ares for anyone. Give me one thing to do more fun than look demure and get shot at.
Someone has to do the shooting.
That tells me what position you favor, but it doesn't answer my question.
I'm taking evasive maneuvers.
If I dodge the next one, answer my question.
I won't answer the first one, but I'll answer a different one. If you dodge.
Saturn gets so quiet. She gets so still. Yet her heart is thumping. Her reactor is thrumming with resonance. It's obvious Lunaterra is sniping her from the tower, the city's last and tallest building. But now suddenly, she isn't so sure. She isn't sure if she knows where Lunaterra is, or if she knows anything about her at all. What did her face look like again?
Hit.
It's not that Saturn wasn't on the ready. She's baiting. She knows exactly what she's doing. Lunaterra just guessed for the 1/2 second where Saturn wasn't ready, and slipped her solid light bullet in that space. The shot lands right in her throat. So for a moment, Saturn's just, I'm dead. But she's not. Then she hurts so bad she wants to die. But she's just mistaking the very different things the string of pearls feels instead of that. It's not really pain, but it's a feeling so overwhelming it shuts Saturn down like pain would. It's
fascinating, full of information. Sorry. Do you want to drive?
No.
Okay.
Lunaterra, you're not doing a very good job of convincing me to not try and get shot.
I've heard that before, too.
You sure are having fun.
What makes you think that?
Want to know how I know? When correcting for gravity, the impression you leave in space feels a little for a second like, well, someone might say it's like an eye roll, but I think it's kind of like a giggle, too.
Maybe that counts as a hit. You don't win cat and mouse games by batting every time a head pokes out. Except somehow you do. You're good at making people not follow their own better instincts. You shouldn't be getting me to teach you to fight fair. You do much better like this.
Aw, thank you. I don't fight fair because I have absolutely no idea how to fight. But this is why I hate you, Lunaterra. You just don't get it. I want to beat you at something you're good at. You're really tough. Not your sniping, which can't stop me at all, but how you're totally impenetrable. You're doing something tricky. What are you doing?
Still my question. My hit. That's the rules. Why are you here?
Firstly, because I refuse to ever be bored, just like you. Secondly, wiping that smug expression off your face is my deepest desire, so teach me how to weave through your fire and sink my claws in you.
What's the third reason?
Not telling. I already gave you one for free.
Nice dodge.
My question, then.
Dodge a real one first.
Lunaterra fires, and Saturn leaps forward directly into it. The bullet misses. Her tail sparks, and she thrusts through the atmosphere. How's that?
Good work. But you have to keep it up.
Lunaterra lands a bullet straight through her legs, and Saturn crumples. But the moment her limbs heal, Saturn leaps again. She's ready for the next bullet, but not the one behind it. But that one's a clean shot, right through her. No stopping power at all. And she leaps through again, and is gone in the rubble before Lunaterra can land another shot.
Is that more dodges or more hits?
Counterpoint, here's my opinion on getting shot so far. It fills my brain with overwhelming information, and barely stops me from doing anything at all, because I'm in control of an impossible space war machine. So, can you actually say you really hit me? Flawed argument. Really disappointing, and I was expecting a lot better. Am I losing? Can I ever lose, no matter how much you shoot me? I don't think so. I don't actually think so. This machine is never going to lose. You can pin me down. You might be so much better than me, I couldn't beat you in a million years, but I will keep trying and beat you with dumb luck.
Maybe that is true.
You never hit me. Why are you here?
Did you know that there's a theory that ship selves can't actually be destroyed? You can break as much of them as you want, but the gravity engine will always pull it back into shape. As long as you're sufficiently tenacious, you can survive anything and try again until you get it right.
So you do get what this machine is for. My least favorite person in the world came up with that theory, and this is the ship self to test it, so naturally, I know all about it. But it's true that no one has died. That's why they get to say that there's still no war in space. But is there love in space?
Can anyone hear you scream in space?
Dodging my question again?
But in practice, wrecking a ship self until both the pilot and the ship give up is indistinguishable. Because you can become so broken continuing is impossible. Even if they can't kill you, you can be changed.
You think you can do that to me? Or is that what you want to have happen to you?
I have. To people who have much more fun with this than you do.
Ha! This don't call it a war is nothing but play fighting. All it takes is someone not playing along to ruin it all. A solid light slug passes so close to Saturn's head, the heat chars her face black. But it's not a hit. She incremented to the left, 0.05 seconds before impact.
Oh, you are getting better.
It's definitely my question now.
I'm still answering. That theory has not been disproven. It's more than likely true. But this is something you should know first. Your body can't be killed or destroyed, but it can be changed. When you're hit, truly hit, you're bent into a different kind of shape, and through that you can change. I think you should ask yourself if you're ready for that before you say what you want to play with me for real.
Speaking from experience about that always bleeding wound on your ship self?
It's not always a bad thing to change. Last one. If you can't dodge this, I don't think you're ready.
Once again, Saturn feels Lunaterra slipping away. She's not here. She's not anywhere. She never was.
Once again, it's my...
Hit. Electricity explodes from the target point and connects back to the origin. It starts from where Lunaterra is, and when it connects back to Saturn fast as light, the course correction defines the pathway retroactively.
Wow. An idiot. This is great.
You're not supposed to be ecstatic about someone getting the best of you. That's my move.
Sorry. But I was condescending before. Next time we fight, it'll be for real.
What if I don't want to fight?
Then that'll be real too.
Neat.
Ah! I'm loving it. Illuminati confirmed.
Illuminati confirmed.
So, I have to ask. How do you really feel about me coming back to Memorial Foundation?
You were a loyal and efficient ace pilot for the Memorial Foundation for the entire Cold War, against our alien and ultimately irrelevant existential threat from beyond the system. Then you were perfectly loyal to the pilots left adrift by the decommissioning of the pilot program and colonization project. Now you're perfectly loyal to Memorial Foundation again. You haven't betrayed our side at all.
That's a generous reading.
You've betrayed plenty of love-struck pilots, but your political loyalty is impeccable. So even if Halamede doesn't trust or forgive you, I welcome your return.
That's not going to be a problem? That she doesn't?
Oh, she welcomes your return the most, but keep on your toes.
That one I don't have any questions about. Keep your friends close and your exes closer. Except if you're not still suspicious of me for betraying Memorial Foundation, how about her?
Oh, that I'll be mad at both of you about for a very long time. Please don't worry about it, however, as you've both made each other suffer more than enough to make up for your youthful indiscretions. Honestly, the two of you hooking up to somehow get at me was the most hilarious part, as you ended up punishing each other more than I ever could have.
Can we talk politics again? I think I get the picture already.
That's not to say that the two of you don't still have a lot of lessons to learn from the experience. Once I'm sure you've learned them, your punishment will be over.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm reading this incorrectly, but I'm getting a really weird and uncomfortable DS vibe from Europa.
Yeah, it's
like
weird.
The way he keeps using like terms like good girl, and, like pet names, and like talking this kind of casually about punishment and stuff. I'm like, am I wrong to pick up on that?
No, I don't think so.
All right. I'm suddenly very interested in hearing about factions again.
Oh, on that note, I'm not as worried. Just remain true to what you really believe in, Lunaterra.
Just believe in yourself. Mail time. Subject: Origin: Declassified Records Leak. Author: Operations Commander Europa. My kids are idiots. And also they're not my kids. And also they're not kids anymore. Please stop calling them your kids when they are my students. They are not my children. I'm not being pedantic. I'm not doing it to avoid being attached. I'm already more attached than is best. Don't encourage it. They're grown-ups and also fools. Mars is the most genius pilot, but she's just as much a fool as everyone else. She does nothing but cry and complain and win effortlessly like a real hero. If she was a boy, they would call her that, and you wouldn't be asking me who the best pilot is. You'd just know. Only in space would that girl be allowed to be a hero. She deserves her moment in the sun. She might win the war for us single-handedly. Anything else that isn't her story will just be a blip of fate off the sky. Rest easy, she's going to win the day. When the others interfere, they're not going to steer the course of the future any more than a little bit to the left or right of the course that Mars is sailing. And I'm not going to interfere. Valuing their independence is important. They'll be adults soon, and then they won't be anyone's kids. Insist on the comparison, and it will become clear how far we are from fulfilling that role for them. And for my part, I don't wish to forget that there are limits to what we can do, and who we can be. Though yes, as a matter of fact, I am tired of them calling me Dad. Secular Astrology Explained, Part 1. Origin.
Secular astrology.
Sextastic. Achieved message retrieval. Pilot Mars. I don't know why you suddenly asked about this, and I'm not the person who knows anything about it, but sure, I guess. I learned all this from Pluto, so you could just ask her? You're nervous, huh? I see right through you. Well, because I feel sorry for you, I'll tell you all about it. Venus, Lunaterra, and Mars are the interpersonal distances. If Venus is the breadth of the body, and Mars is the blood, Lunaterra is the flesh, and represents the skin-to-skin distance. That's why it represents family. The Earth and Moon are different, but they're parts of the same thing. A 2 in 1. Certainly the Moon also represents something different, but it's also part of us. When you think of it as a dark side, you forget that it's composed of your own same flesh. It's not your mirror, it's your back. Mars is the beneath the skin distance, and that's blood, but it's also, well, the ways that humans communicate, not skin to skin, but beneath skin to skin. Get it? Don't make me spell it out. It's the reason for fucking and fighting to feel really similar sometimes. Pluto said the other day, it's like you two only know that one language, and that's the only talking you ever do in it. The solar system maps out a human body, and by colonizing the planets, a greater human body will exist, with the sun as the inseparable totality of it all. That's the philosophical justification, but it's kind of romantic, right? Maybe it's kind of fake, though. Thanks, Mars. Buddy. Rift in the Earth.
Alright. Lunaterra, cancel the launch. There are new orders.
Really? I thought they were very insistent about this mission. And it's a good idea, so I thought I'd do it.
There are new orders. We're listening to power, corruption, and lies. You can launch once we're done. The new orders are former members of Joy Division, but with a new lead singer.
Stop!
The new orders are Cradle's Grace's superweapon has contacted the base already. Send everyone except for Lunaterra there immediately.
Ah, I see. Well, prep the Mary Cresium for launch.
Lunaterra, even I have to say something if you disobey an order right in front of my face.
But you don't disagree? Or you just stop me instead of saying something?
A certain degree of questioning orders from the top is allowed.
Given who's in charge, obviously. Halamede is just a foolish princess. Cradle's Graces is using that new weapon. That's all the more reason not to send randos who wouldn't stand a chance against it.
You fundamentally misunderstand Memorial Foundation, Lunaterra. Halamede leads the recovery effort because no one else is fit. Only that naive, conceited, foolish girl has the love required to bring humanity back to Earth.
Naive, one-sided, and unself-aware love.
Nevertheless, that is exactly the love that is required. It's for us to interpret that fundamental impulse in a way that will ensure strategic advantage. So I will ask you, does love motivate your actions? Is there love in your punches? Or are you just that eager to find someone to shatter you into orbit? Your connection with that pilot, and don't think I don't know about it or who she is. Which is it, guilt or love?
Will you let me go if I say I need to see her to know?
I would advise against it. Her love might be stronger than ours.
That's possible.
All the more reason you shouldn't get near it.
Well, let me take that risk.
Neat.
Never forgotten, every story told.
The balance shifts because Lunaterra didn't hesitate, and neither did Pluto. Fourth planet from the sun, Ares, romantic red planet. It was the first planet the space colonization program wanted to make ours, and they wanted it to be so beautiful. Did they get their wish? It was a beautiful dream, but still a dream. By the time Earth had demanded the space program pull back, they were stuck, still halfway there after so many years. Yet, getting halfway there got them something beautiful, even if it wasn't enough.
Hold on just one moment. What the heck is going on here?
We should check how much space we have on the drive.
Oh, we should still have enough to finish this recording.
We should check how much space we have on the drive. Okay.
See, we have 19 gigs.
Okay.
Yeah. No, like, I knew we had enough to finish these recordings. I really need to get some stuff out of here tonight, but...
Okay.
Yeah, we're good for this.
I just wanted to double check, because that thing usually happens on mine when I am out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, ow, my throat.
Do we need to take a break?
Nah, it won't get better, so
Okay.
we should just go
Do you
with
want some water?
I've still got some. It won't get better.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Where life grows, and it doesn't grow most places, it's in a spring yellow-green that never could quite get to summer. Tenacious weeds spread all over the planet that will never be called Mars, and even they can barely breathe. Only stubbornness keeps life on Ares, and they would not even be able to endure if Cradle's graces didn't patiently tend to them. They spew pollen uselessly into the air, and between them and the too thin atmosphere, breathing, where it's possible, is hard. The fate of the fourth planet from the sun, even prettier now, and just as useless to humans. Pluto has flown past the canyon she's concealed in 3 times already. It's been a perfect shot every time. At noon, even with the sun shining directly on her, the flowers and weeds and their pollen keep her hidden. Should Lunaterra squeeze the trigger or not? And what else is Lunaterra supposed to do? How can she dare to take that shot with Pluto looking so beautiful? How can she not? Why is she trembling like that? Does she know? No. Lunaterra realizes she's the one trembling. If you can stop me, I'll believe in you. I'll give up on everything, but I know you trust me too much. Pluto said that. She might even be saying it right now, knowing that Lunaterra has the perfect shot. If you're not sure if you're right, I'll be the one to test it. I believe we can have a home in space, and there's no way to bring that back to Earth. You believe we can bring home to Earth, and there's no way to have it in space. I believe in us. We'll figure it out. Yet it's impossible for Lunaterra to look at Pluto in the Crone Macula, big as a universe, and think it's better for her to not have that. For Lunaterra to keep thinking, I'm freeing her from something terrible and bringing her home. So Lunaterra fires. Before she has a chance to decide whether or not to fire, she pulls the trigger, without considering or having a chance to choose one way or another. Her body seizes the opportunity, makes the decision for her, the one they agreed to, without doubt. Lunaterra will betray herself every time. Pluto's exposed left tidal reactor shudders and shakes. Oh, I should have seen that coming, shouldn't I? The resulting tidal resonance will be catastrophic unless she shuts both reactors off and reboots instantly. She does, of course, and worries about the ship, and the whole world, and Luna T, and doesn't hesitate. Even though that's clearly the plan, the minutes she'll take rebooting will have her plunging into the ground, and maybe too damaged to power back on. And so, Lunaterra dashes to catch her before that. Again, Lunaterra is the last to know. She's doing it before she decided if she should do it or not. A coward who cannot commit at heart, at least commits to not committing, without thinking about how contradictory or ridiculous it is. Pluto's comms are off, so she doesn't have to yell at Lunaterra about why this is so stupid, or how she needs to grow up, or do anything but fall and be secretly happy she's still charmingly stupid.
I like this effect for the falling.
Yeah.
That's very good.
The Mari Crisium looks very funny, trying to catch a ship this much bigger than her. Her engines flare, strain, start to break from trying to slow the fall. Her wound bleeds freely. A tattered, tangled mess, falling down too hard, crumples in the weeds of Ares, nestles at the canyon bottom. It may not be a livable planet, but it's a soft one. It's not hard to breathe for very long, but it feels nice to lie in, ship or body. Sometimes it feels like nothing could be worth giving up a ship, but this isn't so bad. Luna T. Luna T, are you awake?
Yeah, everything hurts a lot.
I gave you some painkillers. Do you need any more?
I can't fly on them.
You're not going to fly without them either, Luna T. Your engines are melted.
Oh, right. I thought I did something stupid, but I couldn't remember what it was.
It was a breathtaking sequence of poor decisions. When I said I wouldn't be satisfied or forgive you until I fought you on Ares, I meant when I kicked your butt. Kicking your own butt doesn't count.
As usual. Sorry. Do you want me to move?
Why? Do you want to get up?
Waking up with my head in your lap feels like you're rewarding me for shooting you down. You can be mad if you want.
That's one thing. This is another. There's just nothing else to do with you. You did the right thing, or tried to. And then you did the right thing again, or tried to. You wanted to do the best thing for you and me, but you couldn't decide what it was. There's nothing I can say to that, and it's already done, so just lie there already. I might not get another chance, you know?
You can hold so much. I'm in awe every time. You're the size of the universe. You see everything and everyone, and you hold all of it. Everything's precious. Everything's worthy of you.
I'm not. I can't. I'm small. I'm small and scared. Smaller and more scared than you. Don't say I'm not.
Okay. I won't.
Never again.
I'm sorry. You're small. You're just you after all.
You have to mean it.
You're huge to me, okay?
That's okay. I should be. I hear everyone and I can't ignore it. It feels like I'll die if I do. It hurts too bad. I listen to your voice more than any other. Your heart is more important to me. Isn't that proof I'm selfish too? But I'm going to fight with everything I have for those voices, even against you. I just know that no matter what, we're not going to get what we want. If I let myself slip, I'll trust in your future instead. I know we can't beat Memorial Foundation, so I can't afford to blame you. I can't do anything if I can't trust you.
It's way easier to hate me. It's what normal people do.
I love not giving you that satisfaction, Luna T. And you really should give up on me ever being satisfied with happiness just for me.
Sure. I know as well as you there's no welcome waiting for us on Earth. I don't know if we'll be happy there, but I couldn't live there without... Well, if you get a miracle, I won't fight that either. My heart isn't big, but if you ruin the Memorial Foundation, I'd forgive you. I mean, who wouldn't? I too want to be free of Earth. To be free of 9.8 meters per second squared forever.
Are you really sure? I think even that victory will be impossible, even if we win it. But maybe you actually have more faith than me? I think we might not make a happier world.
But you can learn how to be happy anywhere. Even Earth. On Earth, we were tied down by the weight of the world. I won't go back to that, even if I go back to Earth.
There are two ways to do that.
Make a home where we set the rules.
Or bring a new law of gravity back home.
If only all of us were as precious and powerful as a planet. But I can take the shape the world requires of me, if that's all we get.
That's not true. For you especially, it isn't true. You were the one who didn't let Earth's gravity choose your body.
And there's the trans subtext again.
I wouldn't have been able to choose if you hadn't shown me.
More?
That's
Nice.
a victory they can't take back from us. Yeah.
Yay! Rescue will be here soon.
You're almost a real adult, Luna T. I wish I was as close as you.
So, more trans subtext there?
Yeah.
For both Luna T and Pluto?
I think so.
Hey!
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah! It's gay now. Confirmed for double gay. Anyway, September 12th, 1963. That's when the first and last artificial colony of the native sphere was completed, in a tranquil bowl of stable gravity at Lagrange Point 5. As the front line against existential threats, a training facility for a generation of humans adapted to fight in space. It's a colony environment with the life, gravity, and culture necessary for human beings to live, thrive, die, and be born, with the hope that peace on Earth would reign if we won this war in heaven. Without pressure, water boils off our tongues, and we dissolve into the component parts. Without culture, we forget the shapes we're supposed to have, and in turn, inside out, into something else. Out of necessity, we created a pressurized environment, exerting enough gravitational pressure to maintain cohesion, all senses, in space, a ship's self to ferry us through the world. They function only in places where the gravity of humans is too light to sustain existence. It was doomed from the start. Of course they were jealous of the humans the Earth no longer wanted flying on zero-G wings. Dr. Nix, Executive Director, Memorial Foundation, Existential Expansion. July 29th, 1958. That's when the Memorial Foundation International Executive Committee was granted international authority. Geez, I cannot read for the life of me. In the spirit of unified human peace and the verified presence of an existential threat outside of the solar system, to establish a cultural, military, and scientific response to existential threats. No longer confined to Earth, a growing native sphere where our gravity reigns forever. Safety, research, and expansion, the three pillars of the Memorial Foundation's space branch, will protect Earth from without as it has from within. Free from the old world's gravity, it would be possible to advance science, art, and culture without constraint, and join hands, all of Earth, finally unified. For Memorial Foundation, protecting humans from other humans through peace on Earth, protecting humans from everything else through war in heaven, would fulfill both of our agendas simultaneously. We really, foolishly decided we could do better. There are two errors to this approach. The first is that to do better in heaven is meaningless if it cannot be exported to Earth. The space program was never rejected by the surface, simply did not have enough relevance to sustain interest. The second error is the intrinsic error of the Memorial Foundation. The existential threat is intrinsic to humanity. You can fight it, but you cannot cut it out. The designation of alien is required by humans. We cannot trick an existential threat into a convenient manifestation. As it has always been, only humans can fulfill the criteria to be alien. Europa, Chief Officer, Memorial Foundation, Existential Safety. January 2nd, 1980. That's when they blew up the Lagrange colony. It was a real shame. It was a green, wet, and very peaceful place, and now it's cold, green, wet, and very unsettling place. It's where we did a lot of legitimately incredible things, like create sustainable tidal reactors, new culture, experiment with human bodies and human development, manufacture self-sufficient alter egos for space exploration, and did everything other than successfully combat the unknowable existential threat. Earth and the Memorial Foundation surface considers that a failure, but in truth they're just not trying hard enough. Through gravity, humans decide what is real and what is not. Humans cannot make whatever they imagine come true. Though, through imagining, humans chart out what is true. They invent, with human effort, what exists. If an existential threat doesn't exist, we just have to make one. But of course it doesn't work like that. Nothing could be more difficult than creating something alien. Our only reference points are human, so the idea of something alien is unimaginable, because we cannot imagine outside of those terms. There's a certain degree of misunderstanding needed for humans to successfully classify something as alien. But before they blew it up, we got very close. Iapetus, Executive Director, Memorial Foundation, Existential Research.
Okay. Break time?
Break time, snake time. We're going to take a quick break.